Hello guys, welcome back to Poli channel. This video I want to share about sneak peek development for upcoming new region Edania Part 2 and updated development info for upcoming new class savior. Okay, to enjoy watch my video, make sure you turn on this video subtitle and also you can use timestamp that I already provide to go to target topic that you want. And if you haven't subscribed yet, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on bell notification to get any update and guide on Black Desert World. Okay, let's start this video content using any feature that I provide. Okay, as we already have right now, Edania region already released to Black Desert, but just half part of this Edania region continent that explorable right now, and half of this region still covered by fog. And as I already mentioned previously on several of my video update, either sneak peek Edania region and Edania story recap, either update part 1 and 2, if I'm sure Prebis will prepare another part from Edania continent for upcoming expansion region update that will release in future before we back to past era of Black Desert World. And if you haven't know about Prebis grand plan for Black Desert journey in far future that they will bring us to past era of Black Desert, you can check on this video when I explaining about this grand plan that you can find this video link on this video description. Because Prebis mentioned, if Edania region is the last region expansion on Black Desert Online, but this is not end of our journey, because Prebis will bring time travel content like they do on Dead Eye character. And after long holiday on Korea at end September 2025, recently Prebis preparing new region content update after Edania region release. And as we already expect, they preparing Edania region part 2, and this will become update to fill another half part of Edania continent that's still not explorable right now. And if you carefully follow any content that Prebis share to us, either from in-game and any social media, previously Prebis also share special video about Edana that have titled The Godslayer of Legend. And when I read this title, actually I feel weird. Even our character act as Edana on this story, but on recent Edania update, we only encounter 5 Demonlord as boss. And these 5 Demonlord, either Jordan, Rusalka, Enslar, Kartian, and Kapras, all these characters, we cannot call them as god, because all these 5 characters still mortal creature. And surely there are reasons why on video that explaining the book of Edana, Prebis give this video title The Godslayer of Legend, because Edana will become Godslayer him or herself on Black Desert World. And all this clue become more clear because there are some names that Prebis mentioning during development of Edania region part 2, either name SYLVIA, AGRIS, Aal, MARKTHANAN, and there are super secret names that probably will become the last encounter that have similar tier god as SYLVIA, and we can expect this is mentioning about HADUM. And all these names, either SYLVIA, AGRIS, Aal, and MARKTHANAN, all of them is name of god on Black Desert lore. And looks like all these 4 names that mentioned during development Edania region part 2 will have similar pattern as Demonlord boss content on previous Edania region update, but we can expect this will more epic than previous Demonlord boss because our character will encounter higher entity on Black Desert is their god themselves. And just some introduction for you for any gods on Black Desert that will be featuring on Edania region part 2. First about SYLVIA, she is the main gods on Black Desert lore, and people called her the mother of nature, goddess of nature, or goddess of life. And more detailed explanation about Goddess SYLVIA, you can watch clip video behind War of the Roses content that I share on this video, and as always you can find this video link on this video description. And recently with Edania region update, we just know if Goddess SYLVIA still around us in form of Ilezra, and more detail about this explanation, you can check my recap video about second update Edania Region Part 1 story that make me very surprised when know it for first time, and about Goddess Sylvia. Mostly she known as Elf Mother and come from SYLVIA region. And the next god's name is AGRIS, or the god of abundance, prosperity, and fertility. Actually, name of AGRIS as god not too often mentioned on Black Desert story, but we as player when hear about word AGRIS, I'm sure word AGRIS favor will come in your mind because mostly we know name AGRIS is featuring to increasing trash loot from monster that we defeat, and more detail got about this AGRIS favor to boost your trash loot when defeating monster. You can check my AGRIS favor video guide on these two video. And other than this AGRIS favor content, name AGRIS as god sometime mentioning on ruin, myth, and ancient religious texts on Black Desert world, and this AGRIS as god known around Calpeon until Balenos region. And if you questioning about Elion, that more famous god around Calpeon until Balenos, looks like AGRIS as ancient god, less popular and more known as the fallen god. Okay, the next name is Aal. Aal mostly known as Valencian God, and we as player mostly known Aal from special item called Aal tier, and function for this item previously to upgrade from solo grade elixir to become party grade elixir. But after 10 January 2024 maintenance update, prebis or remove Aal tier item from Black Desert do unification party elixir update. Okay, the next name is MARKTHANAN. I think this is the unique god because this god have formed as ancient dragon from prehistoric era of Black Desert world, and MARKTHANAN act as protector of life or nature. Actually, there are some other dragon form that being worshipped by people on Black Desert world like Labreska and Garmoth, and we mostly hear about MARKTHANAN on Dracania lore and Mountain of Eternal Winter story. And the last name that's still unknown, I assume this name will become HADUM because HADUM is the main villain gods on Black Desert story, and we as player know HADUM as goddess of darkness, and HADUM is opposite side from Goddess Sylvia because when Goddess Sylvia represent creation, life, and harmony, opposite side with HADUM that represent destruction, darkness, and corruption. And we as player know HADUM mostly as special realm called Elvia realm. This Elvia realm is corrupted by HADUM, god of despair, that we can encounter more difficult monster compared with normal realm. But take notice, so far I just spot prebis mentioning for god's name either Sylvia, AGRIS, Aal, and MARKTHANAN, and about HADUM boss. This one just additional name from my analysis because all main conflict that happen on Black Desert mostly come from HADUM. And if you carefully watch any explanation from Edania main quest, most of Demonlord power on Edania region come from interaction with HADUM. And that's why will very weird if HADUM not take play on second part Edania region update. So there are another 5 entity that our character will encounter as Edana on Edania region part 2. Okay, now the most important part for any region update. As always, with new region update, prebis will make special content that push our character power, and mostly this is in form of new endgame gear. For example, each time prebis releasing new region, surely there are new endgame gear that also will release following with those new region update, either Odelita region with Fallen God armor, Mountain of Eternal Winter with Labreska helmet, Land of the Morning Light Part 1 with its Dan glove, Ulukita region with Atorsius, Land of the Morning Light Part 2 Seoul with Sovereign weapon, and the last is Edania region with full set Edana defense gear. So what prebis will offer to us on next region update at second part Edania region? I got some clue, and this is come from previous video that Prebi shared to us that have titled The Godslayer of Legend. That on this video Prebi show tell story from the book of Edana, and if you read carefully on third page, this is mentioning for the future Edana, he split the armor essence into 5 pieces and sealed them across Edania. And something that I want to highlight on this book mentioning 5 pieces armor essence across Edania. I'm not sure what this is mentioned about 5 pieces armor, but as we know, Prebis intentionally release newest endgame gear, Edana defense gear, either armor, helmet, glove, and shoes, all these 4 pieces at once. And this is very weird because from previous update, they will release it one by one for each region update. And surely there are reasons behind this decision. And as you can see, 4 pieces Edana defense gear on Edania region update, but on Book of Edana, this is mentioning 5 pieces armor. So my speculation, there are another 1 piece as part of Edana defense gear that Prebis will release in future, maybe in form of special item that we still didn't know. So what do you think that Prebis will offer to interest us to conquer Edania region part 2? What kind of special gear to improve our character power when they release this Edania region second part update? Just share your thought on this video comment section. And during early development Edania region part 2, not only land area that we know from its continent appearance, but Prebis also recently preparing some large area on the sea. But I think this is just part of Blue Battlefield Arena content that will take place on special sea area around this map development. But this is not part of Edania region part 2 content. And about this Blue Battlefield content, Prebis already promised will release this Blue Battlefield content on November 2025. And that's why Prebis last time give adjustment for seller content from last Global Lab update at 10 October 2025 that already implement right now on our live server. And the tale about Blue Battlefield concept, Prebis also already shared the tale info on last Global Lab update at 25 July 2025. Even Prebis already tried to develop and testing this content 5 years ago, and gladly I also take part for this test 5 years ago that you can check its test progress on this video. And if you asking about when this Edania region part 2 will release, seeing this development stage still on early stage, but at least Prebis already have solid concept about battle with gods. I expect Prebis will give announcement on next Calpion Ball event at December 2025, and I expect this Edania region part 2 will be ready at mid until end of year 2026. But if Prebis can more early bring this content to life, that would be better. Because I expect they just announced the concept for this new region for Battle with Gods at December 2025 on next Calpion Ball 2025. And more detailed announcement with release date will come on next HADUM Ball 2026 that expected will occur at June until July 2026. And take notice, this is just expected schedule from me based on schedule that we already experienced it so far. So just wait for Prebis official announcement near future. And next, as I already mentioned several times about new class Savior that will release as the newest playable class on Black Desert, her schedule release so far still same that we expect Prebis will announce her release schedule at December 2025 during Calpion Ball 2025, and she will be playable on next maintenance update after being announced on Calpion Ball 2025. And seeing development progress for Savior class, when I record this video, progress development for Savior class still not reached final stage right now, and still many progress for her skill development that Prebis do near this time, and mostly Prebis right now focus developing her awakening related content. Either her skill, and her weapon outfit. And looks like Sapphire class will have many awakening weapon outfit variant since Abyss preparing many of her awakening weapon outfit variation during this development. And this is mentioning Sapphire will have more varied premium outfit set that already released previously on per shop after she release. And so far development for Sapphire class still continues, and if you want to know more about Sapphire class will be, previously I already share about Sapphire class type and its schedule release on this video, and stay tuned on Poli channel. I will notify you when Sapphire class development reach final stage, and surely we will get more info and I will share it to you in future. Okay, I think that's all any progress development that Abyss do recently for future content update of Black Desert Online, either upcoming new region Edania Part 2, and also updated info about upcoming playable class Sapphire. And if you want to discuss more live with me and any other player across the world, you also can join to my official Discord server, and on this Discord server I have special channel that will give you update info for coupon code for any region server. So if you didn't want to miss any coupon code update that Abyss release for any region server, and also video update that I release every day, you can join to my official Discord server by using this invitation link, and everyone can join to my official Discord server by free. And special thanks to all my membership for direct support via Patreon, KaryaKarsa, and YouTube membership. And also my current member, DubyaDude, Doki, Snoods, Xoren, Avrilka, Familia, Xenqn, Spacebar Jace, KorBlade, as gold member. And also for all my silver and bronze member, thank you so much for all your direct support. This will make Poli channel running and growing more faster. If you want to support me directly, I will very grateful. And as special thanks, I will put your name on my video depend on your support level, and be noticed at some level there are have some limit, so make sure you didn't get run out for this limited space. And I will put your name on every subsequent video that I release for the duration of your support. And if you want to join my membership to support me directly, you can go to any platform for Patreon, KaryaKarsa, and YouTube membership. I already put link for this membership on this video description, or you can check on top right of this video. I already put card for Patreon link. Okay guys, that's all any development for upcoming content on Black Desert World. Hope all this information can be useful for you. If you like this video, you can like and subscribe to my channel for another guide and update. Thank you for watching. See you next time.